What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Taylor Hinton Speaks His Mind. And it is Form Friday. It's June 19th. Holy shit. Tomorrow's the first official day of summer. I literally just realized that now. In my head, it's been a month away for a while now, but here we are. Time flies when you're having fun. You guys know how it works. On Form Friday, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go into our Lift and Learn community. I have one or a couple videos from a client in the DMs as well, and we are going to go through all the clients over the last week who have sent in videos so we can give them some critical feedback on how things are going. So, first off, we have Jasmine a couple hours ago. What is this here, Jasmine? Since you didn't give us any description, which is fine. Let's see what you got.
Maybe it's an overhead press.
It looks like it's going to be an overhead press. All right. Stop walking so far away. If you're going to take 3 or 4 steps back, why don't you just take 20 steps back? There's no need for you to get that far back out of the rack. Literally take one step out of the rack, and your second foot just matches the distance of the first foot. There's no purpose. So you're literally outside of the safety racks, which should be higher too, by the way. But it looks like this rack is weird and it doesn't actually go up all the way. So that's besides the point. But Jasmine, like, no, just take one step back. The more walking around that you're doing before you're set, the more time and energy you're wasting. More of an energy thing. And you're not set before you press. This is something that we need to get um, really disciplined with that I've seen a couple times from you. Before you start your lifts, you are not stable and set up and bracing properly. You basically are taking your final step back and placing your foot down. And the moment that you place your foot down where it needs to be, you immediately start pressing. You're not stable. You didn't take a breath. You're not bracing your core. Your elbows are not in front of you the way that they need to be. I know I'm coming down on you hard, but this is a few times that I've seen this happen. So I need to be very direct and clear with you. So you took that step back and you immediately pressed over your head. Here, I want to show you something. Here, can you see my whole screen? Like if I go over here, can you see this onboarding thing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to go into, I don't really care. I don't think there's anything in here. Oh shit. And I can't even watch this here because it's going to go to my live. Dang it. Will it give me the option of going to my story? Or am I going to be,
I don't think so.
no, it won't. Well, that is weird. Okay. That's unfortunate. Well, Jasmine, and for anyone watching this later, I mean, you won't be able to see it because it's only on my story. But Jasmine, go look at my story and watch me just doing my bench press as an example. I unrack the weight, and you'll see that I sit there and pause for a second, and then I lower the weight down. You need to be in better control of this weight. Let's look at the actual just movement itself, though. A little bit overemphasizing that arch. See how that bar, you're pushing your head through, that's good. And you're kind of arcing the weight up over your head, which is good. You're just emphasizing it just a touch too much. Like that bar is way behind your head now. If you drop that bar, what we want is for it to smash right on the top of your skull and split your head open. But it wouldn't do that right
Wow.
now. If you drop that bar right now, it would bounce off your butt and fall down because you have it so far behind you. So it's getting better. There's too much reaching back there like that. Whoa, and then swinging it forward too there. Yeah, see, you haven't even brought the weight down. You're already walking it forward. You need to be under control. You need to have a solid, strong base. You need to respect the weight that you're lifting. If you're able to walk so far back and press before you're stable and start walking it while you're half pressing it, looking at it directly, it's like right in line with your eyeballs. It tells me that that weight might not actually even be heavy enough for you yet. But before we start increasing the weight, I need you to get stable and really strong in respecting the movement pattern. Okay, so squeeze your glutes, tuck your pelvis forward, brace your core, make sure your feet are planted firmly in the ground like they're in concrete, and then press from there. Anything that you'd add from that? My wife?
No, my husband. I just from my old powerlifting coach, he always was like, "You own the weight does not own you."
Yeah.
So in that case, Jasmine, the weight was kind of owning you in a way because it was kind of pushing you around willy-nilly, but like you want to be in control of that weight.
Yeah, that's a great way to explain it. Got to own the weight. Okay, Saoirse, we've got. She just posted these. These were from her peak week a few weeks ago. So this is supposed to be some pretty heavy shit that she's moving. We got a barbell box
Sweet.
squat. I really like this. Looking at your feet. Your feet look good. Range of motion is good. And you muted it. For everybody watching this, please don't mute your videos because we want to hear your breathing.
Looks pretty solid though.
Looks really freaking solid here. And you look like you're pushing yourself pretty damn hard. She even had to take a bit of a pause at the top. Is that a fucking Judge Judy shirt?
That totally is.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. That's my childhood. My dad watching Judge Judy every day.
Good bracing too.
Yeah, you're doing great with this. That looked awesome. I'm curious to know, I'm not going to go into your profile right now, obviously sharing my screen, Saoirse, but I really want to see what this weight is. I know you got the kgs on here, which is fucking me up a lot. But I'm really curious, and after this video, I'm gonna go take a look at what weight you were lifting on your peak week versus what you're doing now, and I expect that they are virtually the same. I don't see why you would need to lower the weight from this unless I added another 5 reps, which I know I didn't make you. I'm not making you do fucking 15 reps of back squat. We're trying to get strong. So yeah,
I do want to add something from the very beginning.
yeah.
Cool. Can we play? Um, so setup, everything looks really good. The only thing, Saoirse, is your feet are not directly under the bar.
Mm,
So now you're kind of doing this back
hmm.
extension with the weight, whereas you want your hips, your entire center of gravity to be directly under that bar. So middle of your foot directly under the bar. So all you have to do is just do a little mini stand up and then walk out. Because when this weight gets like when you're doing like 1 to 3 rep maxes, you're not going to be able to do that very safely.
Yeah, that's a great point. No way. You literally are like good morning it. You got like a 5% of a good morning exercise happening here to get yourself stable. So yeah, I didn't even see that. Nice job. Otherwise, it looks great. I like where you have the safety bars. And box height makes sense for what I've described for you before. This is like essentially a full squat, which is good. But what we'll do next time we have box squats in your program, which we'll probably get away from them for a little bit here, Saoirse. But next time we have box squats in your program, I want the box to be a little bit higher. So if that means that I don't know if you have, I think you have a plyo box. So if you have a plyo
Turn it
box,
around almost. It looks like it's heightened on the other
yeah,
side.
exactly. Yeah, the other side might be great because this is like a hip thrust pad, I think, like traditionally, but it works for obviously a few different things. If you can try it on the other side, I want your hip crease to be like right here because right now you're getting it low enough. What we have done before and what we have been doing, and you're doing exactly what I asked you, is to get, using the box as feedback for getting full depth, which is good. But now what I want us to do is work through the sticky part of your lift. So we're gonna see it down here a little bit more for one of these final reps. Taking another breath. She's like, I was about to brace, and then she was like, no, I'm not ready. I need another breath, which is good. It's that sticking spot. It's like right here when your glutes get right around in this space is where it starts to feel really heavy. So if we can get that box a little bit higher so you can essentially start from there, that would be great. And final note on Saoirse, and we'll move on, is Angela mentioned this earlier. She has a good brace, but just so everyone can see this real quick, like watch her at the beginning of her set. Okay, moves up pretty smooth, exhales. You can see this. Watch her mouth exhales. She's taking a breath, lowering herself back down. She's getting more fatigued. You can see her face is starting to get a little red. It's good. Holding her breath at the top there. She's blowing it out right as she's getting ready again. And then now she's getting pretty tired. So she's taking another breath at the top. That's okay. You don't have to follow this exact tempo of 3-2-1-2 or whatever it is. Move heavy weight fast. That's what you need to do. And if that means that you have to take another breath at the top, like she's gathering herself again, she was right there. See how she's smiling? You know why she's doing that? Because she just took a breath, embraced, and was planning on doing the lift, and then realized last second, right before she descended, that she's like, I don't think I have the strength to do this right now. I need another breath. And then so she laughed at herself and then did it afterwards.
I
Look at
love
this.
that.
Watch this. You can see this whole mental frame happening for her. Right there. She was about to take that breath and go, and she's like, no, I'm
Her
fucked.
knees unlocked and everything. Yeah.
And then she came back up. So just great self-awareness. You don't have to be perfect with your tempo. Just control the weight down a little bit more than the way up. And on the way up, I don't even want you to think about control. I just want you to pull that bar onto your back as hard as you can and fucking explode into the air with a lot of violence and aggression.
Into the air.
Okay, cool. And you are in charge of this.
Cool. Can we start from the beginning? It was too small at first. Okay, we got a minute full of deadlifts. Holy. Yeah, okay, so maybe like a 10 kg and a 5 kg. There's got to be more on this bar. I don't know. Okay, there's so many powerlifters out there. I talk about powerlifting because I used to powerlift Saoirse, but there's so many elite level lifters out there who have a lower back rounding. But the thing is, a lower back rounding is only okay if you're in that position before you're lifting, which it looks like you are. So can you play again? So you have that lower back rounding. You can, and maybe like the shirt is kind of throwing me off a little bit, but you do see on that last rep that you do have like a little bit of a there's a little bit of accentuation at the lower back there. Um, so maybe this just means to like overextend your back a little bit more before you lift, really work on bracing. See that right there was good, and then you saw your lower back lift there. Do you want to play that rep again? You saw that little bit of a rounding there. So you're flat, and then it
Mm.
that's what we don't want. So if you were to stay in that position before you're like as you're bracing, then it'd be okay. But the fact that you go from here to here is what we don't want. So I mean like your positioning is really good. Where the bar path is really good. You can play. But you see your lower back doing that. So maybe this maybe you're just lacking a little bit of bracing. I would also get rid of the shoes. They look a little squishy.
Mhm.
With deadlifts and squats, like those two lifts, I will never ever wear shoes other than like a Vivo Barefoot, um, or my Converse. Even with Converse though, like I would wear just socks. I know some people think that's gross, but um, yeah, your lower back's definitely taking over here. I mean, it's bound to happen as you get more tired. But I think the only thing for you, Saoirse, is just really work on that brace before even lifting that bar and then slightly lifting that bar and see if your back position changes. There's not a whole lot of oh my gosh. What's the term used when you hear that click in the between the bar and the
Tension.
it's not
Tension.
it's not tension, it's a term. I we
Slack.
say it all the time. What'd you say?
Slack.
Yeah, pulling the slack out of the bar. I mean, there is pull and slack of the bar, but yeah, I think it just comes down to your bracing. Because your hip position is really good, everything looks really good, but just really create tension in your lower abdomen. Really just breathe all the air as much as possible into your lower stomach. You don't want any chest rising. You don't want to feel any air in your chest, all in your stomach. And maybe this is where you can try a belt. If you don't have a belt, then you can look into that and you can really feel the tension against that belt when you brace properly. But overall, this looks really good. Yeah, I'm just getting nitpicky here, but that's a good thing. Means you're doing well.
Yeah, I like it. I don't have a problem with the backgrounding. Like Angela was saying, backgrounding isn't inherently bad as long as your brace is really strong, and I think your brace isn't too bad. But the biggest problem that I see is the tension, is the slack in the bar. You look like you're pulling the slack out of the bar, but you're just saying brace. You just brace and then you pull. Like you're making it look like you're pulling the slack out of the bar, and I think you are too. But you're actually just bracing and then you grip and rip this bitch off the floor. Like it's happening all at the same time, and I'd like to see you have a very defined, clear slack pulling portion and then lift the weight off the ground. See, you have brace right here, brace. Yeah. Yeah, I think you are. It turn the damn sound on for us, please. Love to be able to hear your breathing. And is that half of these reps, I'm like, actually, it looks like she's doing okay with that. And I know you've had personal trainers in the past and stuff, so it looks like you are. Sometimes it looks like you're pulling the slack out really well. Sometimes it looks like it's just a brace. And maybe what's happening is you look like you're bracing, and then you pull the slack out, and then you brace. Like it looks like you're trying to brace, but it's not actually a good brace.
Mm.
And then once you actually pull the slack out is when your back rounds a little bit. So that brace that you thought you had actually wasn't that great because once you actually take the tension, then your back starts to round a little bit more. It's hard to tell. But as you can probably tell, the overarching theme here is that your lift is pretty fucking good. We have a couple little nitpicky things like change your shoes and make sure your feet are underneath the bar when you're squatting.
Oh, I think those are lifting shoes on the squat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like it.
Yep. That's right. For the squat, wear those shoes. For the
Oh,
deadlift,
oh,
wear
okay.
the soft shoes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're good there. It's your
Yeah.
shit. Aubrey, welcome, Aubrey. Hello, she's on this call as well. Band assisted pull-ups first timer here. My workout calls for 8 to 10, as you can see. I think I got 3. Also calls for me to do a 10-second hold the top, but I can't even get my chin over the bar. And the cable crunch. Okay, well, let's take a look. So first thing I would do is you've got your off foot, like you got one foot inside the band, and your other foot is behind that foot. You want to do the opposite. Take the other foot and put it over top of the front foot toe. So your heel, your back foot heel should actually be over top of the front foot toe. This way it secures that band because right now you're basically depending on this band staying right in that one spot on your foot, which is probably gonna have like that's probably the case. You probably don't have to worry about anything. But in the event that you're like pulling really, really hard and you're swinging your body accidentally a little bit, that band falls off and whack, it's gonna hit you right in the chin. So back foot over top. And this is just too weak of a band for you right now. You need a stronger band. So get a thicker band next time you're doing this one. If they
Stronger
don't,
band or Aubrey, I don't know if you've seen my videos or like my setup, but like sometimes I put the band in a squat rack horizontally at about shoulder height and then I step up on the squat rack, step in on top of the band. So there's nothing in your way either. That's and you can do a really thick band that way too and it's you can adjust the height. That's an easy way as well.
yeah, you can set it up however you like. Hello, Aubrey. Unmute yourself. Say
Maybe
something.
she's in the middle of
Say
working.
something.
Sorry, I'm taking kids into a water park.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, I hear you guys though.
Okay.
Cool.
Just wanted to be.
Also, oh, okay, it is pull-ups, not chin-ups. Okay. Sorry, we're good. Yeah, thicker band and try the other way if you want. I love
Yeah,
this exercise.
me too. I just did it yesterday.
I'm doing it today.
Days ago. Yeah, big question would be, do you feel this in your abs? Because it looks good. Like you,
Hmm.
my feedback would be, Aubrey, you could and maybe should sit a little bit closer to the machine
Hmm.
and I don't like using the rope. I know the video has the rope, but I like to use the narrow seated cable row handle grip thing. And I put that
Oh.
behind my neck right here and I hold on to it there. I just feel more stable. And these fucking ropes, they dig into my pinkies so hard when I do this exercise with them, and I hate it. Makes me feel like a weenie, but I'm like, no, I'm just using
You
them.
are a weenie. That's
So,
weenie behavior.
wow.
I was gonna say it digs into my fingers, and that's what's holding me back from more weight.
Mm.
Yeah, weenies unite. Um,
And
so
then
yeah,
to scoot closer, is it okay that my hips sit back so far?
I don't think they're sitting back very far at all. I think that you're doing a good job of keeping them pretty stable, you know? Like they don't really
Okay.
move very much when you're doing it. You feel it in your freaking abs.
Yeah, more upper abs. Is that okay, or is it
Yeah,
supposed to be lower?
it
Okay.
will be more upper abs for this one. If
All
you were
right.
doing like a leg raise or a hanging knee raise or something like that, that would be more lower ab emphasis. This and ab wheel rollouts will be more upper ab-ish, you could say. But yeah, as long as you really feel like a hard contraction when you're doing this one, then cool. I always feel my lower back, unfortunately, when I do it too, but I don't know if there's much workaround with that. I just fucking suffer through it. Worst case scenario, my low back's getting jacked, whatever.
Wait, can you walk, please? Oh, sorry. I was not muted.
All
I'm going
good.
for a walk after this call. Leave me alone.
What?
Didn't she say, can you walk, please?
Oh
Oh.
yeah, because I'm pushing a stroller uphill, and he's 5 years old and can walk.
Uh,
Yeah, no, I think this looks pretty good. Do you have any other questions with this, Aubrey?
I don't think so. Thicker band, try the squat rack. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got something for you. Tell your High Rocks partner, Sonia, to not skip her High Rocks warm-up things. Otherwise, she's going to be dragging ass for you guys' competition.
Got it.
I've already told her myself too, so it'll just be some fun.
What's
Okay.
the warm up?
She has each one of her warm-ups is some type of high rocks circuit that she does. It's pretty low
Mm.
intensity, but it's like 3 rounds of whatever. And she skipped it the other day. I was like, "Why'd you skip this?" She's like, "I didn't have the equipment at the gym. I was at a different gym." And I said, "Cool, what did you do instead?" And she said, "Nothing." Okay. Well, take it upon yourself to fucking have some initiative and do some other things that work like cardio for that. I've already given her shit for it, so we're good. Jasmine, good to see you. We got the goblet squats here, and I'm listening to her breath. I think I'm hearing it. Hard to tell with it, but that's okay. Um, okay, not bad. Let's see this again. So it's hard to see exactly, the front position, what we're able to see the most is like your knees and making sure that you don't have valgus happening where your knees are caving in or your ankles caving in. And that looks good. It looks pretty standard. I like it. I'd like to see this from the side view next time. But overall, I'd say it doesn't look too bad. I'd also say it's definitely too light for you because your last rep looked like your first rep. That's a good indicator. If you're not sure, like if you're lifting heavy enough, does your last rep move as smoothly as your first rep? Don't answer whether or not it feels more painful. Answer whether or not is it moving at the same rate. I don't care if it hurts more. That's fine. I was warming up for my run yesterday and I did really deep lunges and I just kind of pulsed. So my lunge was so deep, or so wide, I could only drop my back knee down like 4 inches or something. And I did these little pulsing split squats, body weight, 20 reps each leg. And by the time I got to 10 reps, body weight, haven't done a workout yet. I'm fresh. I'm just warming up. My quads are burning up. I can split squat over 250 pounds on my back. So do not pay attention to how much something burns or hurts the muscle because I could get a burn with body weight, but it's not growing any tissue. So biggest feedback for you there, Jasmine, would be that you could probably grab yourself 50-pound dumbbells to do this one next time. Give that a rip, see how it feels. Feedback, Ange?
No, I always just like to ask my clients, like, if your life depended on it, like right now, how many more reps could you have done?
Hmm.
So that's what I like to ask. A lot of the time it's like 15, 20. Okay, well, we got to increase that weight significantly.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Like, if you had to ask yourself how many more reps could you possibly do, what is the answer? Okay, I want to listen to her breath, so let's see if we can get it. Can't quite hear it. There you go. Finally getting the breath going. So in that last rep, you had to breathe. You had to be like, okay. So couple things with that. One, emphasize that breath before you feel like you need to without passing out. Breathe, because you are doing your best to not exhale and not take a deep breath. And I don't know if that's, insecurity of like breathing heavy in the gym or anything like that. But like, dude, I breathe like a fucking asshole in the gym. And it's because I don't care what anyone else thinks. It's because I have things I'm working on. And I know that if I'm not breathing properly, I'm wasting my time in the gym. I am not getting the most out of my workout. And my time is the most valuable thing that I have. So if I'm going to be in the gym lifting weights, God damn it, I'm going to do it as hard as I possibly can. And that means I'm going to have to breathe like a bit of an asshole. Now, take with that what you want. You don't have to be just like me. I encourage you not to be. You'll probably be a better person for it. But at the very least, like, don't be afraid to take a big breath at the top of this lift. And then from here, take that big breath. As soon as you finish that breath, brace like a motherfucker. Pull the armpits down to the hips, ribs down to the pelvis. Stick your butt out. Lower that weight with control. And from here, explode through with your hips, hard and aggressive. Thrust your hips towards this camera as hard and as fast as you possibly can with everything that you have. And I think that if you were to take what I just said right now and apply it to the next time you do this lift, you will understand what I mean and you're going to push yourself very, very hard. Now, here we go. Let's take a look. Okay, we get our hands ready. Get this weight. Okay, and now here's your first rep. Okay, that was the speed of your first rep. Let's go to your last rep. It moves the exact same. Yes, your face looks like you are exerting yourself and you have that grimace on your face. Ah, I like it. It's good, but it's just not heavy enough. You need to get straps. I think we chatted about this in our call we recently had. Get some straps, load this motherfucker up. You're a hell of a lot stronger than you think. And I mandate you to come to our in-person event when we have it coming up. We're going to be in the gym lifting weights. And
No, I think you covered everything. This is great.
yeah, I'd love to see this one from the side view too, so we can see how your hips and your low back is looking, just to make sure you're doing it safely. Because if that's a thing where you're like, hey, I want to lift heavier, but I'm scared of hurting my back, you don't have to be worried about hurting yourself. If as long as you have a good brace and you're doing it with good technique, controlling the weight, you really shouldn't get hurt because the only way you can get hurt is if you're lifting heavy that's weight that's so goddamn heavy you can't properly do the exercise. But as long as you're able to properly do the exercise, regardless of how heavy that motherfucker is, you really shouldn't get hurt. It'd be very hard to get hurt. Okay, that's it, Jasmine. I'm excited to see you get stronger. Jasmine, is this a secondary time that you posted this? This is so weird because I know for a fact I covered this. I did cover this. That's right. I did post it and I tagged y'all and y'all in these videos. So, yeah,
What are you talking about right now?
I tagged Sonia and Jasmine in these videos, in reviews that I did of these videos. So I'm just Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Because last Form Friday I did it on Sunday because I was gone.
I was
So I
gonna
did.
say we didn't do a Friday one, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I was gone. I did one on Sunday. I covered both of these. That's why I'm like, why
Ah,
do I know that I've reviewed this? But it hasn't been a week yet. So
I
that's
see.
we have done it and did it, and that is it.
It's done and did and done.
It's dude it on, dude.
No, dude.
All right, get out of here. I'm gonna go walk my puppy.
All right, I'm gonna go to the gym.
All right, everybody. Peace out. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye.